Yeah, we definitely lightened up the playbook a little bit, fewer calls, made it a lot simpler up front at least. Um, Coach Snow's message was we're going to play gap sound defense, and that's your gap. Your gap is your house. You want to protect it, and then we threw in a little bit of movements off of there, blitzes. So we simplified it up, just try to play straight up football, gap sound defense. But then I think off of not scheme wise, like with Coach Rule and Dave and Phil and all them taking over the defensive line, I think we kind of just up front for us, especially the D tackles, we wanted to just play. We didn't want to be so focused on reading everything, but just get off the ball, go play, play vertical and react.
How hard was their tempo to adjust to? They were moving real quick.
Yeah, they're quick. We talked about it a lot coming into it. We practiced it. I think one game they almost had 90 snaps, another game with 80 snaps, and you don't see too much of that in the Big Ten, so that's something you have to prepare for, especially as an interior guy. So we try to do some things like, turtle sub, slow, whenever they sub, get a guy in there, slow the tempo down, get breathers, rotate good enough. But you just got to be ready for it. You got to know when the tempo is going to happen, especially after a big play or something like that they're going to get right back to the line. So we had quick calls in, just one-word checks that we know what we're doing, just to handle that.
Obviously, the last three games were the results you want. What do you see this mindset of guys coming back and
Yeah, I think it's not at all what we wanted, but I think everyone in that locker room knows what needs to be done that's going to be here. And we know that for whoever is coming back, they want to be here, and that's what we want. We don't want you to be spaced out. We don't want you thinking about going somewhere else. We had the mindset, like, our big message this week was a team. I just wish I could have done more for those seniors. From my part, been here. They've been here since my first day. Some of those guys are my hosts on official visits, and so it hurts. But again, in that hurt, with everyone coming back, you can see what needs to be done. We know what we have to do starting January 12th, right when we get back.
How good was that quarterback of all the guys that you faced at college?
Yeah, he was good. And I think they're in a real good offense for his skill set too. Little speed options, you think they're going to hand it, and then he can pull it and find a seam and go. He's fast. And then he has a good arm as well. So it's a little bit different what we've played, but I think we played very well very good quarterbacks this year, especially with their feet. And so got us ready for that. But yeah, he brought I think his skill along with their offense brought a little bit of something different that we haven't seen.
Riley, with the personnel you guys have, how much better fit could the 4-2-5 be for some of the defensive linemen moving forward?
Yeah, I think it's just uphill from here once we learn it and get it down. We kind of talked about it like Coach Snow could have stuck back and done everything we did this whole year, but we kind of started incorporating a little bit of what he wanted, what we've done, plus a little bit of, what we want to do moving forward, getting a jump start on that. So I think the more we learn it, the better we get at it, and just practices like spring and everything like that, walkthroughs, whether it's drills in the off season. I think we're going to build a lot of confidence. I can already see with the month of it, the amount of confidence we've had, and it allows us to play. So.
What do you hope the identity of the defense is next season?
I hope the identity is you eat what you kill. Rule says that to us a lot, and I want to get back to, and I want to do what I can in my part as a leader to get back to that black shirt mindset of if you step on the field with us, you don't deserve to be there. You're not going to play as hard as we are, and you're sure as heck not going to last 4 quarters with us on the field.
Not saying you weren't this guy previously, but you kind of go into that mode now. I'm one of the leaders on that defense and the squad.
Yeah, especially last year after Ty, Nash, Jamari leaving, had to take over that role. Me, Cam, and Judy kind of started to be leaders on the D line, and then try to leader on the defense. Obviously, I got voted single digit by the team, which is a huge honor for me. And talking to some of the guys, there was a point in the season where I apologized, I wish I could have done better. And talking to Coach Rule, you look back, and I had a year, and you don't want to talk about it's a lot of growth, and I think it sets me up for next year. And it was a lot of learning because college football is so much different than high school. So learning how to lead a locker room of 130 guys where they can listen to you, can connect to them. A lot of learning curves, but I love every single person in that locker room. I go talk to anybody, and so it excites me just to know next year I'm going to step into that full force, and I'm going to be even better because I put that responsibility on my shoulders. And so when I think I didn't live up to what I wanted to do, I'm going to come back and double it next year.
Okay.
Thank you all.
Yeah, if you guys go out that way.